take your place, please? Thank you.
Glide slope. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Sink rate. Pull up. Terrain. Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Gear. Too low. Flaps. Too low. Terrain. Glide slope. Bank angle. Bank angle.
Minimums 500, 400, 300, 200, 100, 50, 20, 10.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Too low. Terrain. Caution. Terrain. 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 Pull up.
5 feet power, Pacifica 922 is 7 miles southwest inbound ILS, runway 6, approach. Pacifica 922, 5 feet power, make straight in, runway 6, altimeter 2983. Pacifica 922, cleared to land, runway 6. Cleared to land, runway 6, Pacifica 922.
May I take your place, please? Thank you.
TCAS test pass.
May I take your place, please? Thank you.
I'm ready for the checklist.
Pre-flight checklist.
Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Instrument transfer and display switches.
Normal, auto.
Window heat.
May I take your place, please? Thank you.
On.
Pressurization mode selector.
Auto.
Flight instruments.
Set.
Parking brake.
Set.
Engine start levers.
Cutoff.
Pre-flight checklist complete.
Pacifica 922, turn next taxiway.
May I take your code, please? Thank you.
Pacifica 922, turn next taxiway. Pacifica 922, contact ground on 118.1. 118.1. Pacifica 922. Oxy ground, Pacifica 922, taxi to the gate. Pacifica 922, taxi to gate 5. Via taxiway Charlie, Alpha, Delta. Taxi to gate 5, using taxiway Charlie, Alpha, Delta. Pacifica 922.
May I take your code, please? Thank you.
Are you ready for the departure brief?
I'm ready for the brief.
Okay, we have no MEL issues today. I'll be the pilot flying. It'll be a standard takeoff. We'll be using Noise Abatement Departure Procedure 1. The departure will be by ATC vectors. We'll use flaps 5 for takeoff. Runway condition is dry. As for anti-ice, it's not required. Engine blades will be on. Regarding the takeoff brief, from brake release to 80 knots, I'll abandon the takeoff for any vital malfunction called by any flight deck crew member current, present, and awake. I'll call reject, confirm the auto brakes are operating and the speed brakes are deployed. If the auto brakes are not working, I'll apply maximum manual braking and maximum symmetrical reverse thrust and bring the aircraft to a complete stop on the runway. After the full stop on the runway, we will make a decision on any further actions. From 80 knots to V1, I'll only reject for 3 reasons: engine fire, engine failure, or a takeoff configuration warning horn. At and above V1, we'll bring the aircraft into the air. The only actions I need from you below 400 feet are for you to silence the bells and confirm the failures. Above 400 feet, I'll call for the failure action drills as required, and you'll perform the memory items. At 800 feet above field elevation, I'll call for altitude hold and retract the flaps on schedule while going to maximum continuous thrust on the operating engine. Passing through 1,500 feet, I'll call for the checklist. If we're above the maximum landing weight, we'll make a decision to perform an overweight landing as the situation requires. For wheel well, engine, or wing fire, after landing, I will turn the aircraft in such a way that the flames will be on the downwind side and will evacuate on the upwind side. For any cargo fire, make sure the emergency services do not open the cargo doors until the evacuation is complete. Any questions?
No questions.
Departure brief complete.
Hi, Captain. The passenger boarding is complete, and I've got the load sheet here for you when you're ready.
Thank you.
Have a safe flight.
Modesty ground, Delta 781 with Charlie, ready to taxi IFR. Delta 781, taxi 2 and hold short of runway 6 via taxiway Delta Alpha. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready. taxi 2 and hold short runway 6 via taxiway Delta Alpha, Delta 781.
Before start procedure.
Check.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board today. As
I'm
you
ready
locate
for the
your assigned
checklist.
seats, please place your smaller items under the seat in front of you to provide more room for larger items in our overhead compartments. If you need assistance, contact a flight attendant. If you are unable to accommodate any item in the cabin, please bring it to the boarding door and we will check it for you. Also,
Before start checklist.
Flight deck door.
Closed and locked.
If you are
Fuel.
seated at an exit seat, also review the exit seating criteria.
7.9 pounds. Pumps on.
Passenger signs.
On.
Windows.
Locked.
Mode control panel.
Set.
Takeoff speeds.
Set.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Rudder and aileron trim.
Free and zero.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Anti-collision light.
On.
Before start checklist. Complete.
Ground from cockpit.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain. I'd like to welcome you on board our flight today. We'll be on our way here in just a few minutes, so if you'll just sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. We're ready for pushback and engine start.
Okay, Captain. All doors and hatches are closed and the bypass pin has been inserted. Please release brakes.
Brakes released.
Roger that. Pushing back, and you're cleared to start all engines.
Roger. Cabin crew, arm slides. Start engine 2.
Starting number 2.
Start engine 1.
Starting number 1.
Once again,
Starter
ladies
cutout.
and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight today. This is the lead flight attendant speaking. Please direct your attention to the cabin crew for important safety information. There is an instruction card in your seat pocket that illustrates the safety equipment on this aircraft. Regulations require compliance with this information as well as all crew instructions, lighted information signs, and posted placards. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle. Tighten by pulling on the belt. To release your seatbelt, lift the metal flap on the buckle. It is our policy that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated. Doors are clearly marked with exit signs and instructions for door operation. Each door is equipped with an escape
Starter
pod.
cutout.
Flaps 5.
Check.
Locate the exit nearest you. The nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, lights will illuminate the aisle. The cabin is pressurized. If there is a loss of cabin pressure, a panel will open and oxygen masks will appear. Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and pull a mask toward you to start the flow of oxygen. Oxygen will be flowing to the mask even though the bag may not inflate. Cover your
Before
nose
taxi
and mouth with
checklist.
the mask.
Generators.
Place the elastic band around your
On.
head and tighten by
Propane.
pulling on the end. Secure your own mask.
All right,
before
guys.
using
Everyone's
others.
seated. We're all buttoned up and ready to go in the
Your
back.
seat bottom
On.
cushion may be used as a
Any ice.
flotation device.
Thanks.
Pull up and remove
Off.
the cushion.